Hello, I'm Connor and this is a YouTube video. I didn't think I'd be making a YouTube video in 2025, it wasn't in my plan, but this is my attempt at the soul and funk vinyl tag for this year. I've thought about doing a vinyl tag video the last couple of years, but I've always bottled it. But one of my mates, Harvey, from a YouTube channel called Spinning the Black Circle, he uploaded this soul and funk version, and I thought it seemed like fun, and most of my collection is soul and funk, so I thought I'd give it a go. So it's only 12 questions. I'm gonna put another rule in for myself as well, just to make it a bit more exciting, and that is that it's got to all be modern soul and funk, so anything in the 21st century basically, so nothing before then. So question one, show a Saturday night record. I've went for Jungle's most recent album, Volcano. They kind of blew up off this album. It's got Back on 74 on, which obviously went pretty viral. It might be a stretch saying that this is soul and funk, but it's definitely electronic soul. It's definitely a Saturday night record, very dancey. I preferred the earlier stuff, which was more kind of chilled out, like lounge vibes, but this is a really good record as well. So yeah, Saturday night. Question two, show a Sunday morning record. I've went for this Teskey Brothers album, Run Home Slow. This has So Caught Up on, which is a great tune. I went for this because I remember last year I was at a festival in Belgium, and I'd woke up one day feeling pretty rough, and these were playing at, I think it was like lunchtime. I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday as well, and I knew I had to go and see them, but I was really not feeling well. But I sorted myself out and went along, and after seeing them I was feeling so much better. So yeah, perfect record for shaking off a hangover, or just if you just want to chill on a Sunday. Teskey Brothers. Question three is show a soul cover version. So I think a lot of people have shown like singles, but I haven't got many 45s in my collection. So instead I've went for this Marc Broussard album, which is all covers basically, really good soul covers, part of his Save Our Soul collection of albums. Songs on here are Cry to Me. I think that's kind of blew up a bit on Spotify. He's well known for cover versions, but he's also a really good artist in his own right. He's probably one of my favourite soul funk singers, definitely of the 21st century. So Marc Broussard, definitely give him a listen. Question four, show a record that could be the soundtrack to a car chase. This is quite a tricky one. I kind of just went off the song names really, but I went with Curtis Hardin's debut, Soul Power. Really good album. He's pretty cool. One of the songs on here, the Drive, I think that would be perfect for a car chase. It's like very intense. And there's also a song called Drive My Car on here. So it seemed like the most relevant one. But yeah, Curtis Hardin, definitely give him a listen. Question five is show a record cover where the artist just looks too cool. When I was looking through my records, I was thinking like modern soul and funk, they don't seem to look as cool on the front covers as some of them did in like the 70s and things. But I've went for this Duran Jones and the Indications record, Private Space. You can see them, they do look pretty cool there on the front. I think they're in like a club or something. They've been a huge part of the kind of soul and funk resurgence in recent years. A big part of the Coal Mine Records record label. If you haven't heard of them, that's probably a good place to start with modern soul and funk. Really good. The drummer Aaron Fraser as well, he's got a few solo records which are great. This is on some sort of cool purple Galaxy or something, I think it was called. So yeah, that's that one. Question 6 is show a record that features a horn section. Again, this is quite a tough one to choose between, but I went for Olivia Dean's Live at the Jazz Cafe. This is a Record Store Day exclusive, so I did have to get up stupidly early and wait in a queue for ages, but it was definitely worth it. I saw her in Leeds last year or the year before, and she didn't have the horn section, so it was still a really good show, but it's nice to have this with the horns in. Really cool record. Question 7 is show a soul record by a white artist. There was quite a lot of choice for this one in modern soul and funk, I feel like, but I went for probably one of my favourites, Kelly Finnegan. This is his debut solo album, The Tales People Tell. He's the singer of Monophonics, who you might have heard of. They're a really great band as well, but this Kelly Finnegan's voice is just really good, and there's some great tunes on here. He just released a new album in 2024 actually, which is also really good. Again on Coal Mine Records. Question 8, recommend a soul record to a friend who knows nothing about soul music. So obviously, if this was not just 21st century, you'd have to go with things like Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, that sort of thing. But if I had to go 21st century, I thought I'd go with Jalen and Gonda. Pretty new artist. This is his debut album, Come Around and Love Me, but his voice is just so like powerful. So I feel like if anyone hears it, they're gonna want to know more about it and probably look at some other soul stuff. I seen him live as well, and it's just, his voice is like, it's kind of like Marvin Gaye style, but yeah, really good. Question 9, show a soul record that's been sampled. So I had to cheat on my rule for this one. As far as I could tell, none of my modern soul and funk had been sampled. But I went for this Alexander O'Neill Hearsay album. Really good. Obviously not from the 21st century, but there's some really great tunes on here. I can't remember which song it was that got sampled. I think it might have been like the start of Hearsay or maybe Fake, but it was used in a nice Disclosure tune. I'll put like a photo there or something. Show a record with sweet harmonies. I didn't have much time on this one. I had to go with These Sacred Souls. They've kind of blown up in the last couple of years, like alongside Black Pumas and things like that. If you go into any cafe, you'll always hear them playing. But just really good harmonies. This is on a Dinked edition. It's like a cool splatter version. So they're probably a good place to start as well, for modern soul and funk. Question 11 was show a modern soul record. So I could have went with any of the ones that I've chosen, but I thought I'd go for the one that, if I had to choose a favourite modern soul and funk singer, I'd probably go with Kendra Morris. She's got a lot of really good albums, really good vocals. She also helped me find the record shops to go to when I was visiting Brooklyn one time, because she lives there. I also met her in Manchester, and she signed all my records. So big love to Kendra. So yeah, modern soul, definitely worth listening. And the last one, pick a soul record for the pub jukebox. So I've went for this Young Gun Silver Fox album, AM Waves. The singer, Andy Platts, is also a singer in Mama's Gun, which you might have heard of. But he's a pretty big part of the UK soul scene. So I went with these. I chose this one because I can't remember which one it was, but one of them had a dream that Lenny Kravitz had opened his own bar, and they were in there having drinks and stuff, and that's what the song Lenny's about, which is a really good tune. So yeah, that would be a perfect soundtrack for the pub jukebox, I think. And that's everything. So I hope you enjoyed that. I might make another YouTube video at some point, but I don't know. But if not, have a good 2025, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.